Joining us now is Oklahoma Senator James Lankford, a member of the Senate Homeland Security and Intelligence Committees. Thank you for joining us.
Glad to.
Paul Ryan says it was right to fire Mike Flynn, but he isn't going to prejudge until there is more information. Now, Senator McCain, on the other hand, says, quote, "This is a troubling indication of the dysfunction of the current national security apparatus." Where do you stand?
Ultimately, whoever is standing around the president giving advice on national security on any other issue needs to be trusted that what they say is right every single time. If their opinion is wrong at times, obviously that's different than the facts were wrong on it. And what Mike Flynn was caught on was saying he said one thing and the facts were wrong, or he just didn't remember all the facts on it. That is very difficult to be able to have someone around the president in that situation that you can't trust the facts every single time. So I understand it. This is a person that was supportive of the president. The president trusts him based on his support and his loyalty, but you got to be also accurate on the facts.
Right. Democrats are demanding a special investigation into these links between the administration and Russia. Is this whole thing really about U.S.-Russian relations?
No, it's not about U.S.-Russian relations. With Mike Flynn as National Security Advisor, it's a trust issue more than it is something to deal with Russia one way or the other. And I know there's this big spin that's sitting out there saying that somehow Trump is connected to Russia everywhere, and there just seems to be these different narratives that are sitting out there. There's not some great connection to Russia, just like there's not some great connection for President Obama to Saudi Arabia or other things that came out early on in his presidency as well. This is just a sideshow and a different narrative that's out there. We need to be able to get back to the main focus we got to deal with, including a relationship with Russia and the rest of the world.
Right. Part of Donald Trump's appeal to the American electorate was that he was not a Washington insider. But do you think that that's now hurting the administration?
Yeah, this is one of the things that's always so interesting to me, that the nation wants people that haven't been involved in politics and in government, and I completely understand that. I did not come from a political background. But when that occurs, that also means your first 6 months to a year, you're also getting up to speed with government speak and the speed of government and how slow it is and the bureaucracy and how everyone's watching your every single word. Those are things the president will get on board with, but that is a consequence of having a president that doesn't come out of a political or government background. What he brings, though, is working at the speed of business rather than at the speed of government. When you're working at the speed of business, there's a lot of 80% solutions that get out there and you keep moving and you get on to the next thing. There's a lot of people that are interested in getting everything 100% right every single time and going very, very slow, and that's just not how this president's going to move.
Right, and that is what Paul Ryan said today. He said that he believes that it is reasonable and rational to improve relations. Again, but he is not going to prejudge. However, the question is, are you concerned that classified information is not being properly handled by the administration? It seems to me, based on all your questions about trust in Mike Flynn, that that's not where you stand.
No, I tell you, I'm on the Intelligence Committee, on the Homeland Security Committee. I deal with a lot of classified documents, and I know those need to be shepherded and be able to be guarded. There's some immediate accusations that came out about President Trump and his dinner with Abe from Japan, that somehow there were classified documents at the table. That's not been verified, but those are legitimate questions to ask. And just to be able to see if you're going to have a national security conversation, if that happens in a side room rather than a public restaurant situation. We don't know what all that is. Initially, the White House has said they were trying to plan and coordinate logistics of a press conference coming. They were having an initial conversation. We don't know that it was classified information that was hitting their table. There is a time to be able to handle classified documents. There's a way to do it, but you don't do it in a public setting. That was the immediate accusation. The White House saying that's not what was happening, but we want to be able to just find out and keep pressing on. And the White House needs to learn when they can have those private settings and when they can't. They might have already learned that, or that may be something they're going to do right now.
Sure. First 100 days, always a lot of lessons learned. Republican Senator James Lankford of Oklahoma, thank you so much for joining us.
You bet. Glad to do it.